Hello everyone, today I'm going to review this brand new inflatable I just got yesterday. This is the 20-foot pumpkin stack inflatable, and this new Gemmy inflatable is being sold at the at-home store. They finally got them in, and it's basically a stack of 4 pumpkins on top of each other. Being sold at the at-home store for $190, or $189.99 if you want to be specific, but who cares about pennies. But yeah. Just got this guy yesterday, and I'm unboxing him now. I already cut the tape on him, but I didn't take him out of the box yet. You can see I already cut the tape on it, but I didn't take it out of the box yet. But here is the stakes that it comes with. It comes with the colossal stakes and tethers. It's got 4 stakes and tethers. Then it's got the small base stakes and the 2 curly stakes, because it actually has tether attachments on the bottom of the pumpkin to stake it in, which it needs. So that's the stakes and tethers. This does not have colossal fabric, this just has the normal fabric, because At Home doesn't want to put that on their 20-foot inflatables. And this is actually the first Halloween inflatable that Gemmy made that is actually 20 foot tall, which is really cool. I'm very happy they finally did that, so congratulations to Gemmy. So here is the inflatable itself. Now, I will tell you guys that this thing does not have a 125 tornado fan. It's got an 80. And this thing is going to be a pain to put back in the box, I think. But I don't know. That will be a problem for future me after I'm done with this video. So here it is. It's got a lot of fabric. I can tell you that for sure. Because it's a gigantic inflatable. And then there's the fan. You can tell it's not a tornado fan. This is the fan that it has. And I don't know if you can tell by the way the blade is. Well, actually no, the fan cover is. But that is indeed a YEF 80. It's not a 60, because if the 60 would end right here. But no, you can tell it's the 80. So yeah, this has a YEF 80, and I believe this has 67s. So, yeah. I'm not going to do much more talking. I'm going to let this guy inflate, and then I'll see how long this guy takes to inflate. So I'm going to inflate it now, and I'll plug him in right now. So here we go. While I noticed this thing was inflating, the bottom part actually has thicker fabric than the rest of the pumpkin. I just wanted to point that out to you guys, to let you guys know about it. Because, this essentially is the colossal fabric pretty much. But they only put it on the bottom of the pumpkin, and they didn't bother to put it of the 20-foot pumpkin, and they didn't put it on the normal fabric, because this is not colossal fabric. But with this, you can't really tell on camera, but the fabric here is much thicker than it is right here. So it only has colossal fabric on the bottom. Like, what the fuck? Well, if you're gonna give it colossal fabric, give it everywhere. Like, come on, this is just ridiculous. So I'm going to go show you guys it inflated now. Alrighty, so here it is. Here's the pumpkin stack. And this thing, as you can tell, it's absolutely massive. This thing is very huge in person. And it's a pretty good size inflatable because it's a 20-footer. Now, it does have the 80, like I said. And it's got, I believe it has 67s. So it won't light up that bad. Now, inflation-wise, it actually inflated a little faster than I thought. I thought it would take like 10 minutes to inflate, but it actually takes more like, it takes about 7 to 8 minutes for this thing to fully inflate. Maybe a little quicker. I didn't really keep track of time. That's just an estimate for me. But yeah, so here it is, and I can't really get closer to it without like not showing it all on camera. But you can tell this thing is ginormous in my yard. For sure. And I think it actually looks really cool in person. I'm very happy that I did end up getting it. Now what's interesting is its tether placement. It only has 2 tethers, like for where the attachments for where you put the tethers, obviously. It has one on It has two on each side of, it has two on this second pumpkin, but it doesn't have any above the second pumpkin. It only has them on the second pumpkin. I'm kind of bummed with that. I wish they put tever attachments on him and him, but they didn't. So, I'm kind of disappointed with that. Another thing that kind of concerns me about this is the tever attachments they put for the bottom pumpkin. I appreciate the fact that they put tever attachments on the bottom of the pumpkin, which it needs. But my question is, why did they put it so far towards the front? I understand if that was a flawed issue with it being right on the where the stitching is for the fabric, but they really did not put them in the middle for whatever reason, and that kind of caused this thing to come forward towards me a little bit, so it was leaning forward. I had a solution to that I figured out. I actually put a curly stake on the base. I had to stake this thing down because this thing's kind of top heavy without it being staked down, so I staked down the bottom portion of the pumpkin. But I put a curly stake on the base fan. Now, with this setup that it has a curly stake on each side. I took the curly stakes out of the stake pack and put them in there, and I took an extra one I had lying around and put on the base. Now, with this setup, it's not that bad, and it also has a zipper on the pumpkin, on the middle pumpkin too. Well, the second top pumpkin. But yeah, it has two zippers as well. But yeah, for the 3 curly stakes, it's holding it in there pretty good. It's not really moving anywhere. Maybe the top part sways a little, but with 3 stakes at the bottom, it's not really going anywhere, which is a good thing. Although I do wish they at least put one more tever on the back of the pumpkin for the stakes, just to be safe. I just find it weird that they put them so far up instead of in the middle. I guess they were having trouble with the pumpkin. But as you can see, we're only having an 80. It inflates pretty good for what this is. It doesn't inflate like it wants to burst, but it doesn't inflate weak. I'm just really happy that they put a 80 in this and not a 60 like the 20-foot snowman. So, yeah. And then you can see the pumpkin faces. It's got okay pumpkin faces. They're not supposed to be scary pumpkin faces, but they're supposed to be more like general pumpkin faces. I can understand why people would consider these bland pumpkin faces, because they're okay pumpkin faces. They're just not like, they don't really have any overall qualities to them, except for maybe this one and that one, but the other two were almost copied and pasted of each other. It would be cool if they had a lot of different faces, but unfortunately they didn't. The only difference with that one and that one are the eyes, and that's about it. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. But overall, even though it does have some flaws, I'd say it's still worth the $190 that they're selling this thing for. Inflate's pretty decent. It's got good stakes, got good tethers. And with all 3, if you got 3 curly stakes staked on the bottom, you just put your colossal tethers up, and it should be pretty good. It should be pretty good, because it needs those colossal stakes and tethers for how massive this thing is. But it is pretty big, and I'm very happy that I ended up getting this guy. So, yeah. I don't really have anything too much to say about this pumpkin stack other than what I just said. So, yeah. Here's another view of the pumpkin stack. You can see the trees kind of in the way because of how big this thing is. Go around this tree. There. Now you guys can see it better. It's really, really big, and I'm very happy that they made a 20-foot pumpkin stack, because they needed a 20-foot Halloween inflatable, and they finally pulled it off. So yeah, very happy that they made this. It isn't like something I'm like overly thrilled about, but it isn't something I'm like, oh, this inflatable's terrible. So this inflatable is pretty good, and I think I suggest that it's worth picking up for sure. It's a unique piece. So that's pretty much it for this pumpkin stack. I like it a lot, and yeah. Although one thing I do have to say is that I wish all the at-home 20-foot colossal ones all had colossal fabric. Come on, Gemmy and At Home Stores. I know you guys can do it. If you put it on the base of that pumpkin but didn't put it all over the pumpkin, then that just tells me I know you're definitely capable of putting colossal fabric on this. So that's pretty much it for the 20-foot pumpkin stack inflatable. I really like it and it's pretty cool in person. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. And it may be a pain in the butt to store away, just to let you guys know. So if it becomes a pain in the butt to store away for you in the box, just take the inside box and take the inside box out of the box it comes in, and you should be able to fit it better. But yeah, and as you can see, the tethers, the 3 stakes I put on it are holding it in pretty good because it's actually getting kind of windy now. You can see it's just swaying back and forth with just the 3 stakes attached to it, but it's holding it in pretty good. So that's pretty much it for this pumpkin stack. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, it's pretty much the pumpkin stack. Thanks for watching and bye.